go, Manini! 50. Come to my world. We want it. 5 wide. Check 43. Shift.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. Play action. Now it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, Echo. 50. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Hey, Mike.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Foles. He's got Green. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Foles now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
At the 43-yard line.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
On 2nd and 11 now. Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Jerome Baker, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. Back deep, Jalen Richard. Taking it about the 16.
2 minutes. 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 2 minutes.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
That's good for Texans. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Mike's 50. You better bring it. You better bring it. Alert. You better bring it.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
He's not going to get me. Wide, get wide. Alert. Check 3, check Monday. Check your hot read. Check, crack.
Now Allen. Buying time to his left. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
First and 10 at the 27.
56.
On 1st down, Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Let him know.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Tackled back at the 30-yard line.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Middle. Here we go.
Monday.
Hey, wahoo!
No gain on this defense, no gain.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this 1st half. And it's a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Right there. 54 Mike. Here we go. Undercrush.
They'll run on 1st down. Richard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. On play action, Allen. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Allen off the play fake. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this 1st half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Come on, God, 55. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, Keaton.
Back to throw here. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Chris Conley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Bullet good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Pass 85.
Go ahead, baby. Go. Hey. 50's the mic. Here we go.
Alert!
Here we go.
Hey! Nice! You go!
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Looking deep downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
A pass complete here to Conley, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down. On first down, Bernard. So he got 3 on one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Delaney Walker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
Y'all playing the wrong football. Check, 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 check.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Chris Jones able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Recon, 152 fighter.
Looking to throw on second down. Hicks. Green with a catch left side. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. And the Steelers first down.
8, read. Hey, foxtrot. Big grip.
On first and 10. Hicks. And Walker has it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. From the gun, Hicks. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Ready to break.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
To throw again, Hicks. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Switch. 6-6. Pull it high. Look at me. Go. Go.
Throwing on third and long. Hicks. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and abundant. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it'll bring up third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Alert. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
Now Allen to throw. Throwing on third and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. On first down, here's Love. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Bang, 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 bang. Alert! Alert, alert, alert! Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch the slats, watch the slats.
From the gun, it's Allen. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. Hayden full. 55. Right there in the middle. 50. Hey, exit.
Now Foles. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, Steve 6.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
It's on 1.
Hey, watch this.
Here's Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Ryan Allen now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Let's go.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Allen now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Allen going to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Allen now on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Chris Jones bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
No. Off. Rush in. Check 26.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans cut into that lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Check 55 for Mike. Blue down. 55. Go.
Foles. He's got Green. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Yo.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Hicks. Green brings it in. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. Then they'll play action here on first down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Back to throw. Hicks. And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. The rookie first-rounder, Jonathan Abram, there to knock it away. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Throwing on first down is Allen. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a first down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35. Yard line.
Big boy can run.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. That was Dante Jackson, the one who got a hand in to knock it away.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Keep going right at him.
Mike, 28. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
They'll run on first down. Bernard. And I think this defense knew what was coming, as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That one looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Bernard. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Steelers, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Houston, good night, everybody.